The best cars that can actually drive on water, not a legend. Some cars don't stop when the road ends, they drive on water. This isn't a legend. On Car World, we're counting down real cars that can actually drive on water. Watch till the end. Which one shocked you the most? Comment below and subscribe to Car World for more. Number 7. BYD Yangwang U8. The BYD Yangwang U8 is not an amphibious car in the traditional sense, but what it can do on water is still unbelievable. This futuristic electric SUV shocked the automotive world when videos surfaced showing it calmly floating and moving in deep water, something no normal SUV should survive, let alone control. The Yangwang U8 is powered by 4 independent electric motors, one for each wheel. This setup allows extremely precise torque control, which is the key to its water capability. When the vehicle detects a flood or deep water emergency, it activates a special floating mode. In this mode, the suspension rises, the body seals itself, and the motors work together to maintain balance and slow movement in water. Unlike amphibious cars, the U8 does not use propellers or jet drives. Instead, it relies on wheel rotation and controlled torque to gently maneuver itself. This makes it more of a self-rescue vehicle, not a boat replacement. BYD designed this feature mainly for flood-prone regions where escaping rising water can be a matter of life and death. What makes this even more impressive is that the Yangwang U8 weighs over 3 tons. Floating such a heavy vehicle requires extreme engineering precision, perfect weight distribution, and advanced software control. BYD claims the vehicle can float for around 30 minutes, enough time to escape danger. On land, the Yangwang U8 is equally insane. It produces over 1,100 horsepower, can rotate on the spot like a tank, and climb extreme terrain. But its ability to calmly float instead of sinking is what truly separates it from normal SUVs. This is not a myth, not CGI, and not a concept car. The BYD Yangwang U8 proves that modern electric vehicles are rewriting the rules of what cars can do, even on water. Number 6. Gibbs Aquada. The Gibbs Aquada is one of the most famous amphibious cars ever built, and for very good reason. This is not a concept, not a prototype, and definitely not a myth. The Aquada was a real production vehicle, engineered from the ground up to drive confidently on land and then transform into a high-speed watercraft in just seconds. On land, the Aquada looks like a sleek, sporty convertible with a clean, modern design. It feels like a normal road car, capable of cruising comfortably on highways and city roads. But the real magic happens when it reaches water. With the push of a single button, the transformation begins. The wheels retract smoothly into the body, the suspension adjusts, and a powerful jet propulsion system engages. In under 10 seconds, even while moving, the Aquada becomes a fully functional speedboat. What truly shocked the automotive world was its performance on water. The Gibbs Aquada can reach speeds of around 30 miles per hour on water, which is incredibly fast for an amphibious vehicle. Most amphibious cars are slow, unstable, and feel more like floating compromises. The Aquada was designed to destroy that stereotype. Its lightweight aluminum hull means it planes across the water instead of dragging through it, providing stability and confidence even at speed. Under the hood, the Aquada uses a powerful engine that performs double duty. On land, it drives the wheels like a normal car. Once in water, that same power is redirected to a jet drive system, similar to what you'd find on high-performance personal watercraft. This jet propulsion allows smooth acceleration, sharp turns, and safer operation without exposed propellers. The Aquada gained global fame when actor Pierce Brosnan drove it across the English Channel, perfectly matching his James Bond image. But this wasn't a movie trick or stage stunt, it was a real-world demonstration of what the Aquada could do. What makes the Gibbs Aquada truly special is balance. It doesn't sacrifice road performance for water capability, and it doesn't feel like a boat pretending to be a car. Although it was expensive and produced in limited numbers, the Aquada proved once and for all that amphibious cars can be fast, beautiful, and genuinely practical. Number 5. WaterCar Panther. The WaterCar Panther is what happens when a hardcore off-road vehicle and a high-speed speedboat are fused into one machine. At first glance, it looks like a rugged military-style Jeep, tall stance, aggressive tires, and a no-nonsense design built for adventure. But the moment it rolls into water, the Panther proves it's far more than just an off-road truck. Unlike many amphibious vehicles that feel awkward or unsafe on highways, the WaterCar Panther is fully road legal. You can drive it like a normal vehicle at highway speeds without worrying about stability or comfort. Under the hood sits a powerful V6 engine, and this single engine is responsible for both land and water performance, which is a major engineering achievement. When the Panther enters water, it doesn't rely on old-school propellers. Instead, it switches to a jet propulsion system, similar to what's used in high-performance boats. This design choice is crucial. Jet propulsion allows the Panther to move faster, turn sharper, and stay safer because there are no exposed spinning parts that could be damaged by rocks, weeds, or debris. Thanks to this system, the Panther can reach up to 44 miles per hour on water, making it one of the fastest amphibious vehicles ever sold to civilians. The design philosophy behind the WaterCar Panther was simple: no compromises. On land, it features high ground clearance, rugged suspension, and aggressive off-road tires that let it handle dirt trails, sand, snow, and rocky terrain with ease. On water, its sealed hull and balanced weight distribution allow it to plane smoothly, delivering a confident and thrilling boating experience. What makes the Panther especially appealing is its real-world usability. It's popular among adventure seekers, island residents, rescue teams, and waterfront property owners. Imagine driving straight from your garage, down a beach, and directly into the water, without stopping, without trailers, and without switching vehicles. The WaterCar Panther proves that amphibious vehicles don't have to feel like experimental or novelty machines. It feels like a real car on land, a real boat on water, and a serious adventure machine everywhere in between. It's not just about driving on water, it's about freedom without boundaries. Number 4. Rinspeed sQuba. The Rinspeed sQuba is not just an amphibious car, it is quite literally a submarine on wheels. When it was unveiled, it stunned the automotive and tech world by doing something no other car had ever achieved: fully diving underwater with passengers inside. This wasn't CGI, and it wasn't a movie prop. The sQuba was real, functional, and tested. Inspired by the iconic James Bond Lotus Esprit submarine, the sQuba turned science fiction into reality. On land, it behaves like a compact electric car, quietly rolling forward with smooth electric acceleration. Once it reaches water, it floats calmly like a small boat. But then comes the part that separates it from every other vehicle on this list. With the press of a button, the car submerges and drives beneath the water's surface. The sQuba is completely electric and uses 3 different propulsion systems. One motor powers the wheels on land, another system drives the propellers while floating on water, and a separate underwater propulsion system allows it to move below the surface. Small thrusters provide precise control, letting the vehicle maneuver smoothly underwater instead of drifting aimlessly. Unlike traditional cars, the sQuba has no sealed, pressurized cabin. Instead, it uses an open cockpit design, meaning occupants rely on scuba-style breathing systems connected to oxygen tanks. This design choice simplified engineering while making underwater operation possible without extreme pressure resistance. The car also features advanced corrosion-resistant materials and sealing to protect its electronics and structure from water damage. It's important to understand that the Rinspeed sQuba was never meant for daily driving or mass production. It was built as a technology demonstrator. Number 3. Amphicar Model 770. Amphicar Model 770 is where the story of real amphibious cars truly began. Built in the early 1960s, this remarkable vehicle holds the title of the world's first mass-produced amphibious car. Unlike modern concept vehicles or limited prototypes, the Amphicar was actually sold to the public and driven by everyday people, making it a genuine milestone in automotive history. The name 770 inches directly reflects its performance: 7 miles per hour on water and 70 miles per hour on land. By today's standards, these numbers might seem modest, but in the 1960s, this dual capability was nothing short of revolutionary. At a time when cars were strictly land-based machines, the idea of casually driving into a lake and continuing forward was almost unbelievable. The Amphicar's engineering was surprisingly clever and straightforward. In water, it uses twin propellers mounted at the rear to provide forward movement. Steering is handled by the front wheels, which act like rudders once the car is floating. This allowed drivers to steer in water, using the same steering wheel they used on land, making the transition feel natural and intuitive. To keep the vehicle afloat, the body was fully sealed like a boat hull. A built-in bilge pump was included to remove any water that entered the hull, which was especially useful during longer water trips or rough conditions. Unlike modern amphibious vehicles filled with sensors and electronics, the Amphicar relied entirely on mechanical systems and smart design. What truly sets the Amphicar apart is its simplicity. There were no computers, no driving modes, and no automated systems. Owners had to maintain it as both a car and a boat, servicing the engine, maintaining the seals, and protecting it from corrosion. This hands-on ownership created a strong connection between driver and machine. Thousands of Amphicars were produced, and impressively many still exist today. Some are still driven into lakes and rivers more than 60 years later, proving how durable and well-engineered they were. Collectors and enthusiasts continue to preserve and operate them around the world. The Amphicar Model 770 is not just a novelty or a curiosity. It is a floating piece of automotive history, a machine that proved long ago that cars really could drive on water and do it reliably. Number 2. Sherp ATV. The Sherp ATV is not technically a car, but it absolutely earns its place on this list because of one simple reason: nothing stops it. Designed for the harshest and most unforgiving environments on Earth, the Sherp can drive where roads don't exist and float where normal vehicles would instantly sink. At first glance, the Sherp looks unusual, almost cartoonish, but every part of its design serves a purpose. Its most defining feature is its massive low-pressure tires. These tires act as natural flotation devices, allowing the Sherp to float on water without any additional propellers or jet systems. When in water, the vehicle slowly moves forward as the tires rotate, pushing against the surface and maintaining balance. Those same tires are the reason the Sherp dominates on land. They provide incredible traction on mud, deep snow, ice, sand, swamps, and rocky terrain. The low pressure prevents the vehicle from sinking into soft ground, while the large surface area spreads its weight evenly. This allows the Sherp to cross environments that would trap even the best off-road trucks. The Sherp is widely used by rescue teams, scientists, military units, oil and gas crews, and extreme explorers. It operates in Arctic tundras, frozen lakes, flooded forests, and remote wilderness where help is days away. One of its most impressive abilities is climbing obstacles taller than its own wheels and crossing frozen lakes without breaking through the ice. On water, the Sherp is not fast, and it doesn't need to be. It moves slowly, steadily, and predictably. That reliability is exactly why professionals trust it. In emergency situations, speed means nothing if a vehicle fails. The Sherp's strength is that it keeps moving when everything else gives up. The interior is simple and functional, designed for survival rather than comfort. Controls are basic, repairs are straightforward, and the vehicle is built to be maintained in remote locations with limited tools. This makes it ideal for long expeditions far from civilization. The Sherp ATV proves an important point. Sometimes, the most effective machines don't look futuristic or flashy. They don't need advanced electronics or high speeds. They just need to work, every time, in every condition. And when it comes to floating beasts built for survival, The Sherp stands in a class of its own. Number 1. Gibbs Humdinga. The Gibbs Humdinga sits at the very top of this list because it does something almost no other vehicle in the world can do. It dominates both land and water without compromise. This machine isn't designed for show, comfort, or novelty. It's built with military-grade engineering, created to perform in situations where failure is not an option. What truly separates the Humdinga from other amphibious vehicles is how it transitions into water. Most amphibious cars must slow down or completely stop before entering water. The Humdinga does the opposite. It can charge directly into water at over 30 miles per hour and instantly transform while still moving. In a matter of seconds, its wheels retract, the jet propulsion system activates, and the vehicle shifts seamlessly into full water mode. This transformation is not just fast, it's incredibly precise. The Humdinga uses a retractable wheel system that tucks the wheels neatly into the body, reducing drag and improving stability on water, allowing rapid acceleration, sharp turns, and excellent control. There are no exposed propellers, making it safer and more reliable in rough or debris-filled waters. On land, the Gibbs Humdinga behaves like a high-performance off-road truck. It can handle uneven terrain, high speeds, and aggressive maneuvers with confidence. The suspension, chassis, and power delivery are designed to absorb impact and maintain control, even at extreme speeds. On water, however, the vehicle feels like a fast patrol boat, cutting across the surface with authority and stability. This level of performance doesn't come cheap. The Humdinga is complex, expensive, and extremely rare. It was developed primarily for military and specialized operations where rapid movement across mixed terrain can mean the difference between success and failure. Every system in the vehicle is engineered to withstand extreme stress and harsh environments. The Gibbs Humdinga represents the absolute peak of amphibious vehicle engineering. It proves that driving on water isn't a legend or a gimmick, it's the result of pushing engineering, design, and technology to their absolute limits. These cars prove one thing: driving on water is real. Which one shocked you the most? Comment below, and if you love crazy cars and real engineering, subscribe to Car World for more.